I'm Zach Martin with my very good friend, Leslie Mandoki. He's in Munich, Germany. I'm here in New York City. And through modern technology, we're able to talk to each other face to face. We've done this is the first time we've been able to do this since we last met a couple of years ago in New York City. Leslie, welcome to New HD TV. It's great to have you here. Really look forward to play the new video that's been out for a while to say thank you for the first responders and those people who are treating everybody and working for everybody during the COVID-19 pandemic. It features Ian Anderson. It's fantastic. I can't wait to play it. Let's just catch up. Congratulations to Bayern FC for winning the championship. I've
Wow,
been
thank
paying
you so much. And
I've been
all my music was played in the
yes.
stadium and all over the world during the broadcasting, and I was very proud. Two of my composition and one composition of my son was played because I've been doing this FC Bayern thing since ages, and it was wonderful.
And you're the music director for FC Bayern.
Yeah,
Did I
yeah,
say it correctly? My German's
yeah.
a little bit off. Okay,
No,
good.
don't worry, it's fine.
Um, One complaint from even the German fans about FC Bayern is how come you keep beating teams so badly, like 8-0, 8-0. Your scores, you're just clobbering the competition. And some of the German fans who listen to my program and check out the videos, they're kind of upset that FC Bayern beats them so badly.
Oh, it's I never heard it before that complaint, but this way around. But I'm more than happy to inhale it and give my utmost best possible reflection. I'm very close to the leadership of the club, and more than happy whenever any questions are rising up to bring them over and because this club I can tell you because I'm very close to the players and the sportsmen and to the entire management and finest people and doing an incredible job. And every now and then also the fan clubs are here in our studios and singing with us and if we do something new for them. And I can only tell you the utmost best, the best leadership what you can imagine in sports. This is FC Bayern, and the spirit is just great. That's
Well,
like
I'm all for FC Bayern beating the daylights out of the competition, so I don't think you have to apologize for that. I'm a fan. When I went to Marienplatz, there was the FC Bayern, I think, gift shop, and I made sure I got myself some jerseys before I came back to America the last time. I tend to go back and get some more, and then actually visit the stadium because I haven't seen that in person. So that's what I'd like to do. And I'm on a mission to have FC Bayern play here in New York City and throughout the United States on our network when we get it up and running. So hopefully we'll be able to pull that off because I
yeah,
think that they're
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah they're
Because FC Bayern has always been very interested in it. FC Bayern has even a wonderful representation in New York City because, as we all know, who are not so fortunate to live in New York City, New York City is just the capital of mankind. So, such a great soccer club like FC Bayern, very obviously by nature, have a great representation also in New York.
All right, let's talk about Manduki and the Soulmates and what you're doing with Ian Anderson. Listen, you're hard to keep up with, Leslie. You're always out and about doing things. So, what are you doing in Munich these days?
Fun. Actually, yesterday was as a kind of Manduki day because in Budapest, where was born, was FC Bayern was playing for the Super Cup, and obviously they were winning. And my music was played. On that side, we just released our album in Hungary, Living in the Gap in Hungary and Pictures, and it went straight ahead in the first week to the chart and entered number one on the top position. And yesterday I was in Berlin and holding an digitally international press conference accompanied by the chief designer of the Volkswagen, Audi, and Porsche group because I have created sound aesthetic for the electromobility. So because everything is going to be different in a new cars where because they don't hear the engine because electric e-mobility doesn't have the noises, so we just rediscover and we just rebuild car audio and all the car sounds in a new form and new shape.
Oh, I like hearing that. I like talking cars, that's for sure. And I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Marvel movies where you have the Avengers and Iron Man.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
all drive an Audi.
yeah, 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 sure.
Makes me
I'm
want
an
to
Audi
get an
driver,
Audi. What do you drive?
an A8.
An A8. Oh, that's a very nice car. Here in the United States, I have what they call, and at one time it was owned by Daimler, Mercedes Benz. I have a Dodge Challenger with
Oh,
a
wonderful.
5.7 cylinder. It is a big, gigantic muscle car. But I make sure that I put the windows down and I crank out Manduki wherever I go around New York City. One of those things you do. Um, Now let's talk about we thank you. I guess you have some family members that are first responders and work in the medical field. You're very familiar with the challenges that they've faced, and that got you to create this song with Ian Anderson, who you both sound terrific. Every single member of the band is amazingly. I guess you might say we have an expression calling it very tightly knit together in how you record, where you're all in different locations. So why don't you talk about? We say thank you, Ian Anderson, members of the band, and maybe some of your family members that you wanted to honor with the production of this song.
Well, it was January, and my Chinese musician friends kept calling me, and we frequently tour China. So we have a lot of friends there, and they said, "Hey, take this serious. Don't believe what World Health Organization is saying. I mean, this is dangerous. This is." I mean, it was just pretty much, even the New Year's Eve around. Um, and this was one of the sources where it made us care. And then my wife, she's a doctor and she's a first responder for anything, whatever comes up. And she was starting to get end of January the highly professional information that something may go really wrong, and we may a pandemic is up in the air. But then many people say no, it's not dangerous, and it's not going to happen, and this and that, and masks are not necessary, and all this, and all of a sudden, things changed, and we had to realize altogether this is very serious. This is substantial. It cuts deep, and it's very painful. So this is what we have to learn about. That we have a serious problem. And so about February, just Ian and myself, we were on the phone, and I said, "Okay, creativity cannot be quarantined, and also we have a great responsibility as rock musicians to other people, our followers, our fans, for lifetime joining our concerts and buying our records and listening, streaming it at any time." And I said, and then my wife came home, and she was keep on telling that she's started to wear a mask when she's working, and more protection, more protection, more protection. And then the first patient that she had to deal with COVID-19, and how dangerous it is. And then and some of the political field, also here in Europe, we were telling you, no, it's not going to be dangerous. And I saw that Eastern Europe is responding very fast, and much earlier than Western Europe was. And so I saw that something is in the air, and that was very much addressed and inspired by the work of my wife. And my son back then was working on a project in Barcelona, in Spain, and he was calling me and said, "Dad, there is something really wrong." And I said, "Hey boy, it's time to come home." And my little daughter was on tour in South America. She going home from Peru, and my older daughter, and my firstborn older daughter, but she was shooting her movie in Austria. I said to all my kids, "Come home. Mom is a first responder and a frontline worker, and here's something going really wrong. And then I was asking all my employees in my studio, please stay home. And I was all of a sudden on my own. I was just walking over to the studio. Takes about 15 minutes, and every day. And then I got in touch with Ian and Anderson of Jatatal, and we developed this song. And it was very strange because normally we all get together, you know, and we do it analog and we record together. And all of a sudden, I didn't have engineers around me. Normally, I have a technical staff and an office staff, and everybody's, you know, supporting my daily work. And all of a sudden, I was on my own. And the same goes for Ian. And we wrote that song to show our thankful feelings, our respect for the first responders, for the frontline workers, which is not only people who are working in a hospital, in a health care, but also, you know, back then you didn't know what's happening in the supermarket, you know, grocery clerks and the policeman, and you know, and let's talk about you guys from the radio and the press and the media, you know, everybody who was trying to keep the world turning in times where the world almost stopped to turn. And so we wrote that song, and then I was just calling a couple of friends like Bobby Kimball in Los Angeles, of Toto, and I called Simon Phillips of Toto, and John Halliwell of Supertramp, and Chris Thompson of Maverick and Earthband, and then I called Randy Brecker in New York City, the 13th Grammy owner, genius on trumpet, and all of a sudden everybody was trying to, you know, record it, a little video, and at his track, and I was just sitting on my own here in the studio. You see in the back the mixing console and the large studio room, and all of a sudden I had to, you know, but how we say, nail it together without the support of engineers and video engineers. And so I was just emailing back to Ian Anderson, please change your office light a little because your face is looking so red. You know, like we were just trying to make it happen in without our supporting team, and so I was just sending back and forth, and then I was mixing it, and then we said, okay, we are never going to release this song commercially. So we gave to our American record company, the Orchard Cleopatra Records in Los Angeles, but we said, okay, it's a non-profit song. Whatever income it may generate has to go for the COVID-19 response fund of New York City, because back then it was looking horrible in New York, and that's why we decided to create funding for charity for people who are affected by COVID-19, not only who are actually got the virus, but also a lot of people losing their jobs, and you know, we will have a substantial economical crisis caused by this virus, and this is what we were trying to give a little help as well emotionally with the song, and to talking about the whole and address it and say thank you one hand side, but also generating fundings for the people.
It's going to be a long, long, hard year as the world falls through a hole of dark and fear. Hey, look outside, our life is lost and gone. Please stay at home till everything has been done.
And I thank you all for being there for us in need. All the doctors, nurses, cops, the hands across the seas. I cherish all these gifts you give so free. At least now I can show how much that means to me.
So this time of our life, with this virus in the air, I do what I can do, I say thank you.
And this time of our life, we need to stay at home. I do what I can do and say thank you.
This song is written by the fears we face.
At the wrong time, at the wrong place.
By chasing chances, some of us went wrong.
As greed becomes a speculator's song.
So this time of our life, with this virus in the air, I do what I can do, I say thank you.
And this time of our life, we need to stay at home. I do what I can do, just say thank you.
For you who keep the world turning, with this virus in the air, what else is left to do but say thank you.
For the nurses and the grocery clerks who cannot stay at home, there's nothing left to do but say thank you. And you speculators, stop that party of the Big Short.
Our lives change like the weather. Some songs to forget, but this song is forever. So this time of our life, with this virus in the air, I do what I can do, I say thank you.
And this time of our life, we need to stay at home. I do what I can do, just say thank you.
For you who keep the world turning, this virus in the air, what else is left to do but say thank you, thank you.
For the doctors, the nurses, and the supermarket workers who cannot stay at home, we say thank you.
Well done. We say thank you. Now, I'm wearing this mask, which is made from, I'll take it down in a little bit in case I'm being muffled, but I got this from Debbie Turner, who plays Marta in The Sound of Music. And if you notice the pattern here, it's from what the curtains were that Maria von Trapp, she makes play clothes for the kids in The Sound of the Music. That's what this is. So Debbie Turner.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
What a great story.
Debbie Turner, who plays Marta. What is the matter, Marta, when they're at the dinner table? She made these, and she's also friends with some of the other members of the movie that was filmed, I guess, 1964, thereabouts. So it's good to make connections with a lot of different people throughout the world, all who have a way of giving back, especially you. We thank you for that amazing video, Leslie. It's so well done with Ian Anderson and your vocals. It's magnificent. And if I was going to play trumpet on the song, I would be much like the guy playing trumpet, sitting down at the microphone, just like I am now. I really relate to that, gentleman.
This is fabulous Randy Bracker from New York City with 13 Grammy, the iconic legends on trumpet. I mean, he's the best trumpet player on earth.
We'll have to get him on one of these new HD TV episodes. Talk to him because he's right. Is he still? He's in New York now. So where was Ian recording this?
In his castle.
Oh, Ian's got a castle. That's good.
I mean, let's say, I mean, he's very personal environment. I mean, he was just at home. I mean, and he has a beautiful piece of land, and where he is at home in Scotland, and there he was doing this.
Well, that's really nice. Here in the United States, I have a place that I frequent called White Castle, and it's wonderful for the murder burgers, belly bombers. Those are hamburgers. It's not good for you. But they taste good going down.
Same thing. I mean, John Halliwell was doing also in his basement, and then so it went from beautiful houses to beautiful houses, from one rock and roll basement to another rock and roll basement.
Right, and of course, your studio's behind you. I have to tell you, when you found yourself all by yourself, and I know this works.
Have a look. Have a look.
Yeah. Now, I will say, for me, I could have something like that, and you've seen my studios in New York City. They're pretty elaborate, and when you don't use certain parts of it, if you don't use it, you lose it. You forget how the thing goes. I just burnt my fingers the other day I just burnt my fingers the other day trying to replace the toner in the printer. That's how long it's been since I've had to do that by myself. So it's like a spaceship that you have over there. Did it take you long to reacquaint yourself with the studio, or you're such a studio rat that you didn't forget anything?
No, I'm a studio rat. I say, but I'm also a rat on stage. So you know, I keep on telling the same story in every language and to everyone that rock and roll is a real learnable and doable profession. You know, starts with the music, of course, and ends up with the music, and the middle is the music, and the roots of the music, and the top floor is the music. But nevertheless, you should know how the cover, you know, how the graphics are, how the liner notes needs to be done, you know, how the mastering is, how the mixing is, how the recording is, which microphoning works, and how the digital devices are working in the studio, and you know how the analog devices are working, and then you know how to create a physical product, and how the PR, how the marketing is working, how is the distribution working digitally and physically, and you know then how to tour, and what is the tour promoter doing, and what can you expect from your local promoter, and how is your front of house engineer, and what is your monitor engineering. So this everything is a part of a huge profession. You know, how is your lighting system, how is your background video, how are you doing your EPKs, and all the rest of it. So to all our listeners, I mean, this is not a magic. I mean, it's not a rocket science. I mean, even musicians are able to learn it. It is just 8 days a week and 24/7 job. That's all. And if you know, should pay attention that as an extraordinary privilege and honor to work on the sunny side of life. Due to the fact that people are like and love our music, and this love of music of our audience is propelling our music, and this is just creating our life. And I only can say in this pandemic crazy moment of life, yes, we would like to say thank you with this song, and we'd like to pay tribute to all the nurses and the doctors, supermarket workers, everybody who keeps the world turning in this difficult time. And this is and because you know you can put in quarantine many things in life, but you two things not responsibility and creativity, and that's this is no payback time. The payback time in the sense that that we just learn that what is relevant in life, and you know the damn speculators and the investment bankers are not relevant in life. You know, relevant if like arrive our nurses and the doctors, the supermarket workers, also you who are giving to the people the radio, even in difficult times. It's challenging times. I mean, it's just morning has broken. I mean, let's face. I mean, this is we are facing a horrible winter. I mean, where many people will suffer, and my dedication is just to be there now, and to say, hey. For decades, you were following us in the concerts, and you were buying our CDs, and later you downloaded it and streaming it. Say, thank you. I would like to embrace you all, every and each individual. I mean, you know, and I would like to say, hey, let's pray and let's sing together for a better world. And check out on our social media, Mandoki Soulmates. We just started with a new action. What we do, it's called Wake Up, and what are we facing with this action, Wake Up? We would like to sing one of our songs from the record, Wake Up Together, and we would like to say to you, hey, the old rebels and the young rebels, we all together, we have to stand up and shout and yell and scream and you know, for a better world, for more unity and against division. And we are living in a gap. We are living in this echo chambers and news bubbles of our social media, what we are getting into. And let's get out of this comfort zone, and let's get human, and let's you know, this greediness. We are living in an egomaniac society, so let's take the chance on this crisis, and let's build a better world and reset our value system. And if we fine tuning it, then we are going to end up in a better world.
Ochen had a show, as the expression goes. Very well done. Very well said, Leslie Mandoki. I think it's time to one more time play We Thank You, and thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And I guess we'll hold this for next time we talk, when you have another new song that we want to present to everybody. I'd love to discuss one more time Radio Free Europe and how it broadcast out of the English Garden, but I don't want to do it now. I want to save it for another discussion, because it'll give us something to look forward to. And remember, wear your mask. It's a very easy thing to do. It's how we love our neighbor. Very simple thing. If you don't have a mask, I'm sure that there's always somebody willing to lend you one or give you one. And this is really cute. We got to tell the kids, you know how kids exchange lunches in the lunchroom in grade school? They trade, all right, what do you got? I can't stand peanut butter and jelly. Give me your ham. They do that. Now the kids are doing it with the masks, but so kids
Wonderful.
Do not do that with the mask. Well, no, you shouldn't trade your mask, but I just think it's cute that they're treating masks like lunch. You got to love little kids, right? There they go. Thank you very much, Leslie Mandoki.
I thank you, and I would like to say thank you to you. Really, it was wonderful again, and please, over there in New York City, feel that you are living in the capital of mankind. It's just. And everybody's looking at you, and keep the fire on, and keep the world turning, and we will survive. We will get through together in unity, in respectful unity, and with more humanity, and against the greediness. We will get through this dark tunnel, and I can see the light. And we will again, we will be with you again in the Beacon Theater. Let's hope not before too long.
It's going to be a long, long, hard year, as the world falls through a hole of dark and fear. Hey, look outside, our life is lost and gone. Please stay at home till everything has been done.
And I thank you all for being there for us in need. All the doctors, nurses, cops, the hands across the seas. I cherish all these gifts you give so free. At least now I can show how much that means to me.
So this time of our life, with this virus in the air, I do what I can do, I say thank you.
And this time of our life, we need to stay at home. I do what I can do and say thank you.
This song is written by the fears we face.
At the wrong time, at the wrong place.
By chasing chances, some of us went wrong.
As greed becomes a speculator's song.
So this time of our life, with this virus in the air, I do what I can do, I say thank you.
And this time of our life, we need to stay at home. I do what I can do, just say thank you.
For you who keep the world turning, with this virus in the air, what else is left to do but say thank you?
For the nurses and the grocery clerks who cannot stay at home, there's nothing left to do but say thank you. And you speculators, stop that party of the Big Short.
Our lives change like the weather. Some songs to forget, but this song is forever. So this time of our life, with this virus in the air, I do what I can do, I say thank you.
And this time of our life, we need to stay at home. I do what I can do, just say thank you.
For your
doctors, the nurses, and the supermarket workers who cannot stay at home. We say thank you.